Hello, 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 and welcome back to the What We Said podcast, everybody. Happy November. Spooky season's over and grateful season has begun. Hope you guys are doing great today on this wonderful, beautiful Tuesday morning, afternoon. Maybe you listen on Wednesdays. If you're late and you're a procrastinator, that's okay too.
You never know. You never know. And I've been thinking so much about how we should just change to Wednesdays.
Really?
I mean, kind
Wow.
of. It's so crazy that after all this time, because it's so many W's, what we said, to me, it just makes sense that it would be
Very
Wednesday.
cohesive.
Yes. And kind of in my head, it is Wednesday sometimes. And then Tuesday, like it's Monday night. And I'm like, no, the episode's going up tomorrow. Like I need to prep. And I'm like, if I feel this
Wow.
way and it is literally our podcast, do other people also associate it with Wednesday since it's a W? I don't know. Something to consider.
Comment below. Should we change to Wednesdays? That thought has never crossed my mind, but I could see that it would be, on brand.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it matters too much, but I think we had talked about this before that we were considering doing it on Wednesdays for that reason at the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only reason we didn't is because we were just so excited to put out our first episode that we literally, I think we might have accidentally put it out on a Monday even. Like we uploaded it on Monday because we're like, oh, it'll take a day for it to get like approved. And then it got approved super quick. And so we're like, okay, Tuesdays is our day. But it was literally just because of our own impatience that it became Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Not really that deep. But anyway, thanks for listening every Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever you listen. And also thanks for watching on YouTube. And thank you for all the love on the recording at my house situation. Although it will be switching up on you guys fairly soon. But you guys should be excited about our new set. You really should.
Yeah. It's different vibes than this, that's for sure. But of course this is going to be a great set. JC's like, they love it. Like, what did you say to me?
I don't remember when we were texting.
Oh yeah, you're like, shoot, I should have guessed it, or so, I can't remember. But basically, I was like, of course they love it. It's literally a newly remodeled, gorgeous beach cottage.
Well, I knew that they would like it better in contrast to our old set.
Yeah.
I just knew that because it's like, well, yeah, it's It's gonna have a little bit better vibes just because it's an actual room with depth and it's cozier. Whatever, I totally get that. But the thing is that, I would love to not have to pay for a set and a studio and a space, but I also, neither of us want to record at our house every week. It is a whole production to get these lights set up, to get everything set up. And like, we record now, sometimes twice a week. And that's actually a lot of work to get everything up and then break it all down every time.
Very intrusive to your everyday life.
Yeah. And to store it and stuff. And like now having a baby, it's a whole thing that like it takes up our whole living room. So even though it really is, it's beautiful here and I think it's been like a great in-between situation, I would not want to do this every single week. I'd much rather have our own space to do that. And yeah, it'll be really fun. The new set will be really fun. So I'm excited.
It's a fun little break. It's a fun little intermission.
Yeah.
In a beautiful setting. I love it. I think it looks so good. But
I mean, this is my happy place on my couch, so I'm not complaining at all.
Yeah, same. It's very comfortable. A little too comfortable.
I know.
I feel like throughout the episode, I just like sink into this couch and like fall asleep.
Same. Well, what's been going on?
Well,
what's the 411?
Let's first talk about you, and let's let the cat out of the bag.
What? That I'm on my period and I'm raging?
No, let's talk about periods. Let's talk about that first because I think it's a very important topic that we don't speak about enough.
Okay. I'm on my period. Newsflash. No, I was actually thinking about this today. Like, wow. Women deserve, well, first and foremost,
hell of a lot more than we're getting.
That's for sure. And we also definitely deserve to not have to pay for our period care products, number one. That's what I was thinking because I placed an Amazon order of some different things to try out because also if you're a man, like please exit out. I mean, well, why would you be here? I don't know, but you're probably not going to be interested in the next 10 minutes of this conversation. But anyway, postpartum, I've kind of been trying to figure out my new period routine, very glamorous, just AKA like what I'm going to use going forward because I've always used tampons my entire life. Like that is literally what I've never used a pad even when I had my first period ever. My mom was like, trust me, you're just going to want to learn how to use a tampon. And I was like, okay. So literally since the time I was whatever years old when I started my period, I've been using exclusively tampons. And I've always had really bad period cramps. Postpartum, my periods have been a lot easier as far as the cramps go. Like I don't get as bad of cramps at all, but I also haven't been wearing tampons. I've been wearing like pads, period underwear, all of that type of stuff, just because, a lot went on down there. And when I got my period back after like being postpartum, it was like earlier than I was expecting. And I was like, I don't want to stick anything up there. I literally feel like I have trauma from getting my UTI and stuff. I'm just like, I don't want anything up there right now. So I started using pads and stuff, no cramps. And I was like, have I been giving myself the like cramps by doing that?
Am I the villain?
Am I the problem? So then anyway, I've had a few periods now, but yesterday I started, and this is how I know it's crazy because I always knew when my period was coming. Like I could feel it. I'd be like, oh, I'm getting cramps. I'm feeling tired, whatever. But the past few times has been like a shock to me. Like I go to the bathroom and I'm like, what the? And so that's weird. And that's like a different experience for me. However,
good for you.
I always connect the dots that I'm feeling hideous, like a failure, anxious, like those things I always, you can bet your bottom dollar. I'll be like, literally the night before, I was like, I'm just feeling so stressed right now. I'm so overwhelmed. And then the next morning I started my period. I'm like, and I was feeling ugly. I always feel ugly.
Yeah. It's just
especially when you're filming yourself all the time. Like I'll be like, why do I don't look good in that video at all.
Yeah.
Next day, period starts.
So weird.
I'm not kidding. It's like clockwork.
Yeah.
So that in that regard, sometimes I know it's coming, but as far as the physical, like my stomach hurting or something. So anyway, my point is, long story short, I placed an Amazon order of pads, tampons, menstrual cup, period underwear. I'm trying the whole shebang.
Yeah. Love to see it.
The reason I did that is because I had a workout scheduled for the night that I didn't realize I was going to start. And I was like, I have a workout class tonight. And I'd really prefer to be wearing like a tampon or a menstrual cup for that workout class. It was a heated Pilates sculpt class. And I'm like, I'm not looking to wear a pad right now or something. So
just cooking.
But I felt as though it was too soon to randomly start, or like I didn't want to just try out a menstrual cup for the first time ever at a new class. So I used a tampon, didn't really get cramps. So I'm like, okay, so maybe I'm back on the tampon thing.
I love that.
Thank you so much for listening to me talk for 5 minutes about that.
I relate to that. I feel like it's so hard to, once you got something down with your period or being a woman, it changes up on you.
Mm-hmm. Always.
Did I say woman or woman? Being a woman.
I think.
What does that sound like when I say that? A singular or plural? Woman.
A singular.
Okay. Because y'all. Okay, sorry. I'll back to you guys later. Back to the periods. It switches up on you. Every time you get comfortable, every time you think you know what's going to happen, you're like, okay, well, then it switches up on you. And I had something recently called a phantom period. It was all of the bad parts of your period, of my PMS, and no actual period, so no relief for me. Where I had...
mental, though, or physical? Symptoms.
All of the above. I just didn't have bleeding. I didn't bleed.
Okay.
And I'm still breastfeeding, so I wasn't expecting it to come back anytime soon. I think last time I started like 7 or 8 months. Like my period came back 7 or 8 months after I gave birth. So it was like...
Wait, mine literally came back like 7 or 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, I wasn't breastfeeding, so that's probably why. But like... Yeah. I was kind of shocked.
No,
I was like, really? Already? I thought I had more of a break from this.
No, that's crazy. I feel like everyone's different. It doesn't even matter. I know breastfeeding does
affect it.
Yeah, affect it and will postpone it, but not always. It's not like a guarantee thing. Mm-hmm. And I remember it was when I started kind of not weaning from breastfeeding, but I started he started eating solids at that point, and so it was like I was breastfeeding less.
Last time?
Yeah, so it just kind of makes sense. I'm breastfeeding a little bit less. So anyways, about a month ago, I posted on my Instagram story. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted the dreaded black screen with text because I was so down bad. I was like, okay.
That's when you know it's bad. You can't even show face.
I couldn't even show anything. I was just like laying in my bed and I'm like, I am feeling this little rage monster brewing in my, where does your period happen? Your ovaries?
In your uterus.
Your uterus. Okay. Well, they were somewhere. They were in my uterus. They were knocking. Hello, spooky season. And I have felt feelings I haven't felt in years.
Oh, no.
No, just
what kind of feelings?
Not years, but ever since I had my last period. Because, you know, being pregnant, having months of a break is so nice. I always know my PMS is starting because I get the worst road rage. I get actually like, I feel like they need consequences to their actions, like get so pissed. And I was thinking about why it always comes out in road rage. And I'm like, I think it's because I've genuinely tried so hard. This is one of the things I've tried to do as a parent and just a partner in general is not be quick to anger and like not be quick to, you know,
get impatient or something.
Yes. Like I try to be so patient. And because I feel like if you're, you know, quick to anger, it makes everything worse always with kids, with partners. Like if you're just going to add to the fire, it's just never, you know, if they're upset or something like that, or if something goes wrong. I'm not perfect, but anyways, road rage is where it comes out, especially when I'm by myself. I'm like, what did I just say to that person, that lovely citizen? Like, what am I doing? And I was in bed and I was just feeling so sad, so mad, so down on myself, so genuinely distraught and feeling like nobody likes me and nobody, like I'll never be anything.
Oh no.
All of the thoughts. And
That's
I'm like,
so relatable though.
And I'm feeling this and you just never put two and two together at first.
Yes. That's the craziest part.
Yeah.
You never
You're
can
just like,
trace it
wow.
back to, you're
Yeah.
like, I'm trash. And then the next day you start your period and you're like, oh.
Yeah. Why didn't I think of that? So after about the first day and I put it in my Flow app, you know, put down, I'm feeling irritable, mad, like all of the negative ones, you know, you put down your emotions, self-critical, all these things. And then I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, is my period coming back? Because I haven't felt like this in so long. And it gets so gnarly. Like it really does. I feel like ever since I gave birth to Case, my periods when they came back are the opposite of yours, where they were like way worse. Not my cramps, but my PMS specifically was so bad, where it was like right before I got pregnant again, I was really considering like, I don't know, like doing something about it, where it's like, I don't even know what you can do for bad PMS, but people were talking about PMDD. I've never been diagnosed with that, but it's like, it's heading that trajectory where it's just like super severely for a full week, 7 days.
Which ends up being a lot of your life. Like, let's face
Yes.
it, that's literally like a fourth of your life.
That's what I was telling Nick. I'm like, I really cannot control it. And I'm trying to like do the things that are good for you. You know, going on runs really help, I feel like. But then I'm also feeling super tired. I'm feeling super groggy. I'm feeling super just all of these things. I feel like I'm in a fog. So it's hard to get to a workout. It's hard to like meal plan, cook healthy meals, you know, whatever.
When you're already just not feeling well, like it's very hard to get the motivation to do things like that.
Yeah. So I was like for 7 days on edge, just like, oh my gosh, I know I'm about to get my period. Like I'm feeling as soon as I start bleeding, the first drop is like a relief to me because the
PMS symptoms.
Yeah, my PMS, I'm like relieved of my symptoms.
Oh, that's so interesting.
It's not that bad. Like the actual period is not that bad. Just the bleeding is annoying, but it never came. I never bled.
But then
I had like a tiny bit of spotting and it just like went away. And my PMS was longer than usual though. It was like 12 days. I was like, okay, when is this going to happen? Or not 12 days, 10 days. And then I started spotting just a little bit. And then I was like, okay, what the heck? And then I was like wearing period underwear, waiting for it to happen. It never came. So I looked it up and it was saying how, yeah, I'm like, and woo, no. And I was reading about phantom periods, how your period like,
I'm sick of being a woman.
It literally is
so exhausting.
I got all the worst parts. I literally had to PMS for almost 2 weeks.
No.
And never had the relief of it. And it just like disappeared. I'm like, okay, so I wasn't even, it's basically like your body's trying to get their cycle back, but it's not fully there yet. It's like prepping
That is so
like,
annoying.
of all the things you need to be worried about, body prepping is, please.
It's really not it.
It's really not it. Anyways, that was my period rant.
Wow. Well, I was thinking today about how like we deserve not only obviously free period products and all of that, but we also deserve to like have the week off. When you're on your period, I'm just like, I know that's not realistic and logical because like everyone's period happens at a different time. And obviously we all have jobs and we have lives and families and partners. Like I get you can't just drop everything, but I'm like, wow, this does not seem right that like I am feeling so, what I also always just feel is very drained. Like I just feel very low energy and like,
I feel like I have a nuclear bomb in my uterus that like if you touch it wrong or if you even touch it, like if something sets it off,
you better watch out.
You better watch out. You better duck for cover. What is it? I don't know.
New phrase unlocked.
Duck for cover.
No, I think that is.
Yeah, you better duck.
You better duck. I agree though. It's just like, wow, we go through so much and we just have to keep it trucking along. Like, you know, your work deadlines don't stop. Your child is still there. Like, you don't get to just be like, oh, I'm out of commission for a week. Don't bother me. Like, nope, you still got to just live your life and do everything. But you're like, men will just never understand that situation.
No,
like,
never.
But I feel all of those
like
things.
They should. And we should make them.
No, I'm saying I have to keep going, but I feel all of these like horrible symptoms. And it's like, but keep doing all of the stuff you're supposed to. Yeah. So just shout out women. I was thinking about that a lot today. And also like I have been a little ragey, just like annoyed. Like I just get annoyed really easily, I think, when I get on
very irritable. That's the number one thing
Yes.
that I feel is irritability,
Like
where it's just
the little things are just like, oh my gosh, I was trying to film something. Benny was down for her nap and I was filming something. And Leif was opening a wrapper while I was filming. And he was doing it kind of slow because he was like trying not to make noise, but it was making noise. So I just stopped. I was like, I'll just wait till he opens it. But he was still going so slow. And I'm like, so like look at him and I go like, hurry basically. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I was like, just open it. And he's like, I didn't know you. Anyway. And I was like, I watched it. I was looking back at the footage when I was editing. I was like, oh, not me just like hearing the wrapper and being like, and looking at him and then just being like, hurry, like just do it. And he's like, what? He's like, I didn't even know you were like stopping for me. I'm like, I'm sorry, I am a psychopath.
Yeah.
Like, why am I getting so mad about the wrapper?
I know. I actually genuinely feel bad for Nick. In all seriousness, like joking and also just being absolutely for real. I feel bad for Nick on the week that I'm PMSing. I tell him every day, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, I swear, I'll like give him a hug. I'm like, I'm sorry, that wasn't me.
That was a different version.
But like, that's what I feel like. I'm like, the person who just came in, oh, this was the worst of it, is I
feel like a whale right now.
You don't look like a whale.
You adjusting myself. I'm like, I am a whale.
I walked in and I was like, oh my gosh, you look so cute.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, that's what I thought in my brain.
Thank you. Well,
so don't worry about it.
Don't comment that I'm a whale, guys.
Just whale emojis.
Not even like a whale as in just like I don't even know.
I think we know.
No, I mean just almost like this sense of swelling and bloatedness.
Yeah,
you know, you feel it on your period, like you're just like puffy. I'm like,
everything's puffy, like your neck, your shoulders, your arms,
everything is giving puff. Like I'm so uncomfortable in my own body right now.
No,
Stop watching YouTube. Log off. I'm over it. Anyway.
I hate that. I want to rip my hair out when I'm PMSing. Like genuinely, if I'm brushing my hair and like something's not going right, I feel like the little girl in that video, like hitting her head with the brush.
Yeah,
that's what I want to do.
It's very valid.
Nick was watching The Boys. He was letting me sleep in because I was so tired. And I came out already from my freaking cave, me, a troll, like rolling out of my cave in the morning. I came out and I was already complaining about something. Literally the first words out of my mouth when I was PMSing was something rude and just, I don't remember. And as I'm saying that, I think I was kind of like nitpicking something. And Nick just kind of like laughs, like he's doing something on the counter and he laughs. And I'm like, what? And then he's like, I'm going to take the boys so you can have a break. So he like left. And I look on the counter and he had bought me a new heating pad. And it was like on the counter with a little note. It was like, hey, mama, we bought you this. I hope you have whatever. There's a breakfast in the fridge for you. I was like, oh my gosh. I literally do not deserve to see the light. Like, I deserve to be in a cave. I should not be seeing the sun right now. I felt so bad. I started crying. I texted him up. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I was being like, that wasn't me. I know. I don't know who that was.
Get them
out of my house.
And then when they are like doing something nice for you and you don't realize it yet, it's like, obviously you should always be nice, but like you don't realize that like something so nice is coming and then you're like, I'm a brat.
I am a brat.
That is so funny.
I was wondering why he was kind of smirking when I was like saying something. Like he knew.
Like, you're about to feel real bad.
You're about to feel real bad.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. Anyways, that's my life recently. Well, who knows when I'm going to get it again. Hopefully it doesn't come back for a while. Hopefully she stays away.
Well, that was a while ago, right? So like you haven't had it since.
It's like a month ago.
So it could be around the corner.
Yeah, it could be brewing.
Hopefully not. Hopefully everything gets, I'm manifesting balanced hormones for you.
Yeah. Thank you. And as with you, hope your period goes by in a jiff.
Thank you. Me too.
I'm just making up sayings today.
In a jiff. I think that also works.
I have like the big word of the saying in my mind when I'm thinking of a saying, like the duck or like for cover or something. But I don't know the connecting words. Like I can't put the connecting words together.
I feel that.
And what I was going to say earlier when I was going to address the audience is people were saying we say Chipotle weird. Mm-hmm. And I really tried to look back at how we talk with a critical view. Uh-huh. And I was realizing
we're quitting our podcast.
No, I was realizing how just we do have a Valley Girl accent, obviously. Mm-hmm. I think mine's gotten worse post-motherhood, or I guess during motherhood.
Really?
Because I think slower, because my brain is so slow now. It's the real mush. And so I take more time to try and think what I'm going to say. And then my words get drawn out, and then I say things a little.
I stand by the fact we don't say Chipotle weird. I know that for a fact. Yeah. If we said Chipotle, you could like roast us into oblivion, 100%.
No, I think we say that normal.
I think that Chipotle. I don't think that we're saying that weird. No. I think we're saying it correctly. Maybe you're offended by our Valley Girl accent. That could be within your right. However, the actual pronunciation, we're not saying wrong.
No, definitely not. I looked it up. But I was just looking at the way that I was talking, at least in a whole new light of like, what if I didn't talk like this? And I was, I talked like, I had a different accent and I was looking at this person's accent. It's like, ooh, okay. I do see the Valley Girl edge.
Yeah.
Which sure. Again, I'm not going to change it. That's how I talk, but it was a weird moment for sure.
An out of body experience.
Yeah. I need to shut up.
What? You're going to talk more about something about PMSing?
No.
Oh.
I have like 5 million thoughts going off my head. People were also, it's another segment about the audience. They were.
What else were they saying?
So many messages I got about a couple episodes ago when I was talking about the monkeys.
Yes, the monkey brand.
And the way that people do that all the time. Like if we say something and we're trying to think of it, and then they will like let us know this is what, which we want. Like
reply,
if we're trying to think of something. But I was laughing at the verbiage that they used because I'm like, I must never be right on this podcast.
What do you mean?
They were like, you were right, Chelsea. Never doubt yourself. The way they were hyping me up, like, Chelsea, you were right. You had it. You got one.
What? No, they were not, Chelsea. That is you projecting.
No. I was half and half. It's a bit, okay?
Okay.
But some of them really were like, don't doubt yourself. I couldn't sleep tonight without letting you know you were right about Bobby Jack. I'm like, am I always wrong on this podcast? That like the one time I'm right, people are like, yay! Good job, Chelsea. You did have it right.
That was a funny moment because you were saying, oh, the monkey brand. And then I was like, oh, it's Paul Frank. Mm-hmm. And then, but I was
we looked it up.
Yeah, because the monkey, whatever. It was a monkey brand in the early 2000s.
Just a different one.
Yeah, but then I remember me saying, but why does Bobby sound right when you say it? Like, we both were like, weird.
Yeah,
but
we just gave up.
As an outsider, I bet people were just like screaming at their phones. Like, no, it was Bobby Jack. Like,
we gave up so fast.
Funny. We got so many comments about it.
Yeah, so many. I'm telling you, I got so many messages, like on my personal too, where it's like, DMing me, had to let me know. You
Yeah.
did it. Good job.
That is so funny. Well, it's Bobby Jack, everyone. That's the brand
Bobby
we were trying to
Jack.
figure out what the name of it was. It appears it's Bobby Jack, and I was looking at some of the t-shirts and I was like, oh my gosh.
And the gauchos, like there was a little starter pack. It was like 7th grade starter pack. It was like the Bobby Jack shirt, the brown gauchos, and the big flip flops.
Yep. And it was funny that you said, you're like, is it Bobby Bubblegum or something? Because the monkey's like blowing a bubble in some of the on some of the t-shirts. This podcast is sponsored by Squarespace, and we are so glad it is because Squarespace has accompanied us on a lot of business ventures, and they are the best. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online, whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand. Squarespace makes it easy to create a beautiful website, engage with your audience, and sell anything from products to content to time, all in one place, all on your terms. Squarespace really makes it so easy to create a beautiful, user-friendly website without having to be super knowledgeable about all the ins and outs of creating a website, which can be tricky on the back end. But Squarespace just has so many tools that makes it so easy. And I personally love all the templates that they have. It's so fun. If you're thinking about starting a website, I highly suggest going over to Squarespace, looking at all their website templates to make you even more excited because you can basically just plug in the text that you want and your specific fonts and photos and really make it your own, but they just have like the perfect base for it. You can sell physical, digital, or service products, which Chelsea and I have pretty much done all of. We've sold merch on there. We've sold digital products. I sold my photo presets on Squarespace for years and years. And Chelsea, when you did your health coaching, you would also set up your coaching clients and calls through Squarespace, right?
It's true. So nice and so convenient. They make it so easy to organize all of your appointments and just keep track so that you can give your clients the best business possible. They also make it really easy to access your asset library. So all of your photos, all of your videos, all of your files in one central hub so that you can use them across the Squarespace platform. There's nothing more annoying than trying to go, upload a new photo to a page of your website and you have to dig through your photo album or something like that, trying to remember where it was. Squarespace, it makes it so easy for you. They also have blogging tools that make setting up your own blog super easy and convenient. Also, it's really easy to see your analytics on Squarespace, which is very key and very important when you are starting your own business. So you can see where your site visits and sales are coming from. You can analyze which channels are the most effective and basically just improve your website overall. So check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to www.squarespace.com/whatwesaid to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. That is squarespace.com/whatwesaid. Go check it out. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. If there's one thing that I am good at and that I like to do, it's complaining. And I tend to take all my complaints from the day, whether it's a physical ailment, whether it's something I'm feeling, a situation I'm confused about, or anything like that, and I vent to Nick about it at night. So he gets my trauma dump at the end of the day, and he takes it like a champ, and he always, after the first year or so of marriage, he realized, it's important to listen, not to solve. And that's something I absolutely love about him. So grateful for him. Shout out Nick. Shout out to our husbands for always, sticking by us and listening to our endless rants. This month is all about gratitude. And along with the person I just shouted out, there's another person we don't get to thank enough, and that is ourselves. Sometimes it's hard to remind ourselves that we are trying our best to make sense of everything. And in this crazy world, that isn't always easy. So here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people in your life that deal with you, including yourself.
Therapy can be a great tool to help you try and make sense of your life, whether you have something big, a big life shift that you're going through, or whether you're just living life, because we all have stuff that we want to talk about and vent about. And sometimes it's nice to actually do that to someone who is licensed and can actually help you and help you learn certain skills like positive coping skills, empowering you to be the best version of yourself. Therapy is not just for those who have experienced major trauma. I do think that's a misconception that you don't need to go to therapy unless you've been through something very traumatic or specific in your life. But like Chelsea mentioned, we all have stuff. We are just trying to make sense of life and live our best lives. And that can be really hard when you have just like mental blocks or things that you're going through. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/whatwesaid today to get 10% off your first month. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/whatwesaid. Did you see? Groundbreaking. I sent it in the group chat, but Sherry Frankie, who's Ruby Frankie's daughter, wrote a book which is going to be available in January. I am sad for this book.
I am
so excited. I can't believe she wrote a book already, and I think it's called. Let me look up so I don't get it wrong. But I'm so excited about this book, and I really wonder how open she's going to be in it. She's basically telling her side of the story, which I feel like we really haven't gotten.
No, like any of the kids.
The House of My Mother.
Insane.
Which it says, the shocking true story behind the viral 8 passengers family vlog and the hidden abuse she suffered at the hands of her mother, and how in the face of unimaginable pain, she found freedom and healing.
Wow.
And it's just this whole long thing. For the first time, Sherry will reveal the disturbing truth behind 8 passengers and her family's devastating involvement with Jolie Hildebrandt's cultish life coaching program Connections. No stone is left unturned as she exposes the perils of influencer culture and shares for the first time for her battle for truth and survival in the face of her mother's cruelty. This is so crazy. I cannot express how shocking this story is to me, but also not shocking at the same time, which is scary to even think about. But if you guys are unfamiliar, look it up. Obviously, we've talked about it before. We're not going to go into the whole depths of the story, but the Ruby Frankie case and just everything that happened with their family is so disturbing and insane. And it's kind of, well, I'm not comparing it at all to this, but I'm just saying it's like how The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, it's so close to the culture we grew up in, so it's you feel it even deeper. That's how I feel about this, where it's family vlogging, influencer culture, a Mormon family. So it feels very, I know tons of mutual people that know or are related to them and stuff. And so it's just
crazy.
Such a crazy thing. I saw that Sherry's the oldest of the kids. There's 6 kids and she's now over 20 years old. I don't exactly know her age, but I don't know if you saw, she spoke to the Utah House of Representatives about being a child influencer and family vlogging. And it was so fascinating. I feel like this is one of the first times we've ever seen something like this happen, because family vlogging, obviously didn't exist a while back. So now is the first time where children of family vloggers are old enough to understand what that was.
Yeah.
And she spoke to them in her statement and stuff. She was saying I'm coming to you not as the daughter of my mom's basically the abuse. I'm coming to you as a victim of family vlogging.
Ooh.
And of being a child influencer. And the implications that has. And she's basically trying to bring awareness to just how that essentially took away their childhood. And she gave examples of we would get bribed. We would get $100 if we would be willing to exploit a really personal thing that was happening in our life. Where I can't even think of the examples she was giving, but
being in trouble for something.
Yeah, being in trouble for something, or shaving my legs for the first time, or getting acne and showing stuff like that, where it's these are super vulnerable moments when you're growing up that you obviously don't want on camera, but their parents would bribe them and be okay, we can go on this family vacation if you show basically you and your homecoming date, stuff that's just they didn't want to show, but their parents would say, okay, then you're not going to be able to go on this vacation with us, or we'll give you $100 bill if you'll talk about this. And I think she's going to open up even more about that in her book, which I'm so excited to read.
That's diabolical.
But it's so crazy. And it's just, I was just I've been thinking a lot about that ever since I saw that video. I haven't seen the full, I
The
don't know
video
if
of her
there's
talking to them.
the House of Representatives, like just explaining how she was saying how, you know, with these vacations and stuff, like we were the reason we could even go on. Like we were
Yeah.
basically,
You're bribing us with what we
with
are
our
making.
own work. Like we are the labor behind, we are the reason that we can afford these vacations is because you exploit us. And then we're not allowed to go, or like we have to be so grateful. She said like they'd be like, other kids don't get to go on these vacations, so like you should feel so lucky. And she's like, but it was on the backs of our labor that we could go on the vacations.
Yeah. Of our exploitation.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
So it is just really crazy. And obviously there's like a huge conversation just about all of that child exploitation and stuff. And I'm just like, it is wild to see these kids growing up and talking about their experiences, because I mean, family vlogging is a next level version of like showing your kid online. It is, they are putting in that work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They are the work. They
are the work.
are what people are tuning into.
They are the reason that their family is successful. Because if they never showed their kids and it was just the husband and wife, like there's no way they would have probably gained that popularity. And so it's like you gained that popularity on the backs of your children. And then obviously now that all this crazy abuse, and now she's literally in prison, now that all that's come out, it's like it was so much deeper and darker and more twisted than we could have ever even imagined, which is so terrifying that it's just happening under the nose of like everyone watching. Because even though the abuse, I don't think got bad until they stopped vlogging. I think that there was underlying horrible things happening, but then it got really bad after they stopped. So I don't know about when they were actually. But regardless, they were exploiting the kids 100%. So it's just really sad and crazy.
That is so crazy. I feel like it's good though to have, you know, for her to talk about it and show the what's the word? Just the consequences, like the long-term consequences of what it's doing to kids. And I do feel like there needs to be some kind of laws on showing. I mean, I know there is kind of on YouTube where I don't know exactly what it is, but it's like, yes, there's kids in this or something. I don't know. But it's like, there's got to be more things that we can do in this technological world to protect kids online. Whether it's them having accounts, whether it's them posting stuff on their own, or whether it's parents posting stuff on, like, there's got to be stuff that can be done.
It's really crazy. I just don't know. I wonder what kind of laws will be passed or things will be put into place, or if like enough people come forward, if it will show that it's an issue, obviously. Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
Really crazy, but I'm excited for the book.
Me too.
Come out in a few months. We can maybe read it and then talk about it or something.
That would be crazy to just go through all of that and then to have to relive it and write a book, but also get your coin, sis. I feel like it's
100%. That's the least you deserve.
The least you deserve
is to be able to tell your story on your own terms and get compensated for. Again, that doesn't
make up for anything.
It doesn't make up for anything, but at least you can move forward and like be on your own. Yeah, everything you're sharing is your own choice.
Yeah, and spread the word and help other people, help other kids. I feel like that's the energy. I haven't seen much about, honestly, this, or like I don't follow the case that closely, but I have seen like some things from her. And I feel like her energy is so, well, first of all, oldest sibling, but just like protective. Like she's very protective, which I think is good. That
I know.
You know, the good part of this book is that if it's going to protect other kids who are in other, you know, situations like that.
I know. I'm proud of them just because, you know, the kids, they've gone through so much, and it's like, that takes a lot of bravery to talk about your story in that way. And also, I have no idea what their situation is with their mom, Ruby, and stuff. And like, I'm not even going to speak necessarily on that, but like, I'm just glad that justice was served and that she is in prison. Like, I'm so glad that that they didn't get away with that, her and Jody. Like, it's so disgusting, and just they deserve, like, justice needed to be served. I'm so happy that they like are actually living in prison now, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know what the situation is when they're going to get out or anything, but I'm just like, thank goodness. Like, because people who abuse kids, like,
scum of the earth,
you deserve to be there.
Yeah.
It's just so disgusting. So, anyway, I wanted to talk about that. And maybe, yeah, we can all do a little book club or something in January.
Oh, it comes out in January, you said? Oh my gosh. Well, I'll be there. I'm sad.
I'm sad. Let me see if there was anything else I wanted to talk about.
With that?
No.
Or just in general?
Just in general.
I had a little research party with myself.
Okay.
Going back to our conversation like 15 minutes ago or something about sayings, because I had enough of getting sayings wrong. So I looked up some of the most classic sayings that people say, or just phrases that people say wrong. And some of them I already knew, obviously, but some of the other ones blew me away. Okay, I'm going to go through a couple of them. Some
Are you
of them
testing me or?
I don't know how I would.
Okay.
Maybe we can try. Okay, well, I can give you the two options. You can tell me which ones you think is right.
Okay, good idea.
Some of these, the difficulty level varies.
Okay.
It's a doggy dog world, or it's a dog eat dog world.
Dog eat dog.
Yeah. This one we've talked about. For all intensive purposes, or for all intents and purposes.
Second one.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes. I'm supposed to, like with a D.
Yeah.
Or I'm supposed to.
Supposed.
Yeah. That one is, I think, more of, it's the same thing as would have instead of would have. But some of those you just kind of, not slang, but it's kind of like a shortened version.
It sounds the same coming out. Like supposed to, you can't really tell the difference when you're speaking it. It's like seeing it.
So sometimes these are the things that if you don't learn, like in school, suppose with a D too, then, and you just hear people say it, when you go to write it, I could see why people would write it wrong, because it does just sound like
it sounds the same, kind of.
This one I hate to say because we do this all the time, or I do at least. The baby screamed for half the night, or the baby literally screamed for half the night.
Well, obviously it's not literally. Like, duh. That's not even a phrase.
They said, do not even think about using the word literally unless it is a fact. I said, that is
then
actually
log off this podcast.
When I do not use literally.
Yes. It's the opposite.
I use literally when I'm exaggerating.
Of course.
Okay. This one, I don't know if I know. Maybe subconsciously I know because I've learned it, but he spilled his milk by accident, or he spilt his milk on accident.
I would say on, but is it supposed to be by?
It's by. I feel like I say on
I definitely
accident.
say on accident.
And it's by accident. He spilled his milk on, or I just said spilt as well, but he
by
spilled
accident.
his milk by accident.
Okay.
So things are by accident.
Makes sense.
It's a moot point, or it's a mute point.
Never heard that in my life.
Mute means unable to talk, while moot means irrelevant or obsolete. So it's supposed to be, it's a moot point.
Okay. Literally never heard someone say that.
Like it's pointless. That's what it means. You haven't?
No.
Really?
That doesn't sound familiar to me at all.
Okay. Case in point, or case and point?
And.
It's in. Case
Really?
in point. Yes.
Oh, I was confident about that
I
one.
know. Isn't that crazy?
Case in point. What's the
Case in
the?
point. I didn't screenshot the reasoning because it was too long. Correcting this grammar gaffe is easy. Case, I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
Should we fact check them?
No. I'm just. I want to know
Case in
like
point.
what that even means.
I know. We could look it up in a sec, or if you want to look it up.
Nah, I'm fine.
Okay. Toward or towards?
Towards me.
So
Are they not both words? It's only one.
Yeah. You're never.
I think it's toward then.
Yeah, you're never supposed to put an S on toward or anyway. You know, I say anyways all the time, constantly, and I know that bothers some people. Like I've seen TikToks about it. Like, don't say anyways. It's not anyways. You're never supposed to put an S on anyways or toward.
Interesting.
Or anyway or toward. Yeah. That one's gonna take some effort on my part, I think, to stop that. the should have or should have.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm going to change that. I think I always say like, oh, I should have. It's just what it sounds like.
That
okay.
one does make sense. Like,
what?
Like that one should have does not even like, that doesn't, I think they kind of sound the same coming out. Like should have. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go around being like, I should have and say it's like, should have. I think maybe people are just saying the contraction. Is that what it's called?
Right. Yeah.
And it kind of sounds like should have. But
Right.
I don't think you write out should have. But
No.
when I say like, oh, I should have, it sounds like
you are.
should have.
Yeah, you are doing that kind of contraction.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does sound the same. But I'm saying should have, like if you think about it, it doesn't make any sense.
No, of course not.
Like should have does. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I should have not done that or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah. Beck and call or beck and call?
Beck and.
Yeah, beck and call. Hunger pains or hunger pangs with a G?
I'm guessing it's the pangs with a G.
Yeah, it's pangs. It may get quite painful when you get hangry before lunch, but hunger pangs is still the correct use of the phrase.
I'm not liking that one.
Hunger pangs. Yeah.
I don't really use that,
I mean,
though.
I don't use it either. Okay, this one was the most shocking to me of all.
Okay.
And I feel like I maybe have heard of it, but I just blocked it out because I don't think it's fun. Okay. You have another think coming or you have another thing coming?
Thing.
It's think.
What? you have another think coming?
You have another think coming.
What? No.
Wait, I need to look this up really quick.
That makes no sense. Think?
No, that one was so crazy. Okay.
Are you pranking
This
me?
idiom. Those are called idioms. That's the thing that I was trying to say. Rather than being a freestanding phrase, another think coming is really the conclusion of a longer colloquial expression about being sorely mistaken. As in, if she thinks she's going to be allowed to stay out. If you think she's going to be allowed to stay out past her curfew, she's got another think coming.
I'm speechless.
Okay.
That is so weird.
Wait, what was the... Think is often used as a noun in Britain where this expression originated. So you'll hear people say, I had a good think this morning, for example. The confusion of think with things is largely an American phenomenon because speakers of American language rarely use think as a noun.
Well, that's true.
So that's why it's like, she's got another think coming, like she's got to think again.
I'm shocked.
Yeah, same. I was shocked. I was like,
gagged.
There's no way. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
But that's like I'm sure you could say they got another thing coming, but the saying originated. It's another think coming.
Okay, well, I hate that, and I will not be saying that. That is so crazy.
I know. Isn't that wild?
I'm shocked.
Well, those are all the ones I had.
Wow. Thank you for sharing. You learn something new every day. We know we're such an educational podcast over here.
Exactly. I got another one.
Okay.
Chomp at the bit or champ at the bit?
It better be chomp.
It's champ.
Champ? Champing at the bit?
It better be chomp.
No. Chelsea. Are you serious?
The AP says champ at the bit is the original and better form, but Webster adds that chomp at the bit is a variation. So you can say chomp at the bit, but it originated as champ at the bit.
Goodbye.
No, I can't. And you know it's worst comes to worst. Not worst comes to worse. I think I say that. Again, a lot of these you don't learn like seeing them. You know,
you just
the
hear
phrases
them.
You just hear them. So when you hear worst comes to worse, it sounds like it sounds like worst comes to worse, but it's worst comes to worst.
Yeah. Okay.
So crazy. Champing at the bit.
I literally have something in my eye because I was so gagged that I freaked out and something got in my eye.
So crazy.
Wow. You really learn something new every day, don't you?
I think that was all that I had for those ones. Champing at the bit.
Champ at the bit is
I
not
am
okay.
champing at the bit.
I'm champing at the bit to get this food. That's what I'm champing
Same.
for. I wanted to say that I am so deep into Dancing with the Stars. I love it so much, and it's making me want to go rewatch old seasons that I haven't seen, including when Charlie D'Amelio was on, because I just know she ate.
She did eat
but
the
also,
mirror ball.
I have just been thinking about how it would be so honestly annoying to be paired up against, or like to be a contestant and to be against someone like Charlie, because you're just like, okay,
Yeah.
you're obviously winning. Like you're just actually a dancer,
And you
you're
have
actually
millions of
so
followers.
good. Yeah. Some of these people on, this is the first time I'm really diving into the lore of it all. So I feel like I don't know how it normally works, where it's like, okay, does the best dancer usually win, or just like the most popular person, or kind of a combo? But because there are certain people on Dancing with the Stars where I'm like, right now this season, where I feel like, okay, they probably won't win because they're not the best dancer, but they're super likable. But I don't know in the history, like, does that person sometimes win, even if they're not really a good dancer, but they're super nice and like people love them?
My family, I haven't as much, but my family is a Dancing with the Stars. Like they watch every season. My family loves it. And I feel like it could kind of go both ways, but it's not impossible for just the most liked. They have to be semi-good. I don't think like the worst dancer, and if they're super liked, ever wins. But usually you have to be both. You can't just, sometimes the best dancer, even if they're not like, they usually won't win, honestly. Like if they're not super popular, but maybe they're a top 2 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I'm just
I think it has to
loving
be
it.
a good combination.
It's so fun to watch. I love having something, I guess it kind of reminds me of just like old school. It's a little bit nostalgic to me, almost like American Idol, or, you know, when that's on every certain day of the week and you're like, okay, on this night we watch this. It's kind of fun to like actually have a thing like that where it's like, oh, it's Tuesday night, let's watch Dancing with the Stars. So Leif and I have been watching, and obviously I love dance too. So I'm just like, why haven't I watched this show sooner?
The pros
I love
are
it.
so good.
The pros are so amazing. And you know what's crazy is when they do a dance with all the pros, instead of like, there's no celebrities in it. It's just like a dance number, you know, at not
A professional dance.
Yeah, like a professional dance that they'll throw in there. I'm like, oh, it shows you how amazing those dancers are, because obviously when they're dancing with a celebrity, like it kind of, there's a ceiling of how good they can be, because the celebrity's not a professional dancer, unless you're talking to Charli D'Amelio.
Yeah.
Then it can be really, really good because she's super talented. But it was just so crazy to me to watch these all professional dancers dance together. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so good.
Yeah.
You're so talented. And it's just crazy to me that they choreograph all the dances with their partner. And I'm like, I can't imagine how time consuming all this is for them.
Like, I can only imagine how hard it would be to train and teach somebody a number who has no dance experience, but to choreograph that as well, it's so hard.
So hard.
They do so, that makes it so much better though when they have a good dance, because you know that pro choreographed it. It's like they're not getting, you know, the good pick of the litter.
Right. So many phrases. I'm like, they're champing at the bit to get the best choreography they can.
The pick
For
of the
all
litter.
intensive purposes.
Says it wrong.
I know. I'm kidding. It's true. It's so, it's like they're getting judged based off of their own choreography, basically.
So if they win
person.
with their celebrity, it also has to do with, you know, how good they are at choreographing.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's so good. I'm just eating it up. I mean, I will admit, until now, when it gets to this point of the season where there's less people, it's a little bit more fun to watch, where I feel like at the beginning, like I will skip through certain people where I'm just like, I'm sorry, you're snooze fest.
Yeah.
Like I don't know anything about you. I have no connection to you. I really couldn't care less about your dance. But maybe now, if I'm a little more invested in like the pros, then I'll be invested in every single couple. But right now I usually go for like, okay, a certain celebrity that I know is on there, you know?
Yeah.
And now a few of the pros, I feel like I'm invested in them too. But anyway, yeah, I'm just loving it. I'm loving this new journey.
I love it too. I love the pros. I love the lore that comes with the pros, like the dating, the married of it all. Because, you know, Val and Jenna are dating. Or sorry, they're married. And they're so cute.
Oh, and she's so good. Wow.
Sasha and what is her name? Oh, hold on.
I don't know about all of that. I knew that they were married, Val and Jenna. Is it Jenna?
Yeah.
Jenna. Yeah, and she's so good.
They're
Her
so good. Oh,
choreography
Emma.
eats.
Emma and Sasha were married.
Wait, show me who Emma is.
Oh, dang. Hold on.
And she's a pro?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They were married, but they're not anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't think I knew that.
And then Danielle and Sasha's brother. What's his name?
Is Sasha's brother also on Dancing with the Stars?
Yes, it's
They're all like very interconnected.
Yeah.
Because Julianne Hough and then Derek Hough, like
it's like a family
it
business.
seriously is. I didn't know also the host, which I'm also blanking on his name, was a dancer.
Yeah.
And he was like dancing one of the numbers. Me and Leif were like, sorry?
Wait, the host.
The host who just, like he hosts with Julianne
He was
Hough.
he's an actor. He's
Is he not a dancer? Because he's very good.
No, he won though. I think he won his season of Dancing with the Stars. He's from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's Carlton.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
I can't think of his real name.
Okay, well, he is a great dancer. I
Yeah.
haven't seen that season either. See, it is really very interconnected.
Yeah, Pasha. Pasha was partners with, I forgot who.
Wait, was Pasha on So You Think You Can Dance as well?
A lot of them were. A lot of them were on So You Think You Can Dance. I know Jenna was. But yeah, they were. So Pasha and Danielle are married.
Married?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're married.
Oh, wow.
Maybe they're just dating or something, but I'm pretty sure they're married.
A lot of those dancer people are married to other dancers.
Yeah.
That's such a thing.
Yeah.
In like the So You Think You Can Dance, Dancing with the Stars realm, a lot of them are married to dancers. Like they're both, which, did you by chance see Derek Hough dancing with his wife?
I did on TikTok.
I sobbed.
Yeah. So sad. But so beautiful.
Legitimately sobbed my eyes out. I didn't really know. I knew something had happened, but I wasn't sure of the whole story. And then they retold the story and they danced together. And I was just like, oh my gosh. First of all, how amazing to be able to dance with your spouse like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I
So
was
good.
thinking when they were dancing. I'm like, they're both so talented. This is so crazy. And I feel like that's the case with a lot of these couples. Like, genuinely, they're married and they're like both professional dancers. It's just so cool.
I think it's so adorable how, in general, I was watching a TikTok of like behind the scenes, and it was Dwight Howard, right? He's on the season. Is he eliminated?
No, not yet. That man is 10 feet tall.
He's so tall.
I will say their height difference is like jarring.
Crazy.
Like they're doing the salsa and I'm like, I can't see her.
No.
Where is she? She's at his knees.
No, it's crazy.
It's crazy. Not trying to tall shame anyone.
Yeah, showed a behind the scenes on TikTok of Dwight and Danielle doing their dance or whatever, and they just like looked like they were having fun. And I started crying. This is when I was PMSing. I started crying in my living room by myself. I was like, oh my gosh, humans are so cute that they just, no matter how serious of a job you had, no matter how like high level of an athlete or actor or celebrity you are, like you want to go on Dancing with the Stars because everyone loves to dance. Like everyone loves to move their body and like to music. So simple, so beautiful.
True.
Like,
So pure.
They just love it. And it like brings everyone joy. Everyone loves the show for that reason, because it's just like, you want to do it. It's fun to move your body like that. It's fun to do it with other people, learn new things, and just dance. Like everyone just loves dancing.
That's so sweet.
It's so sweet.
I will say
cute.
Dwight Howard is like a roller coaster on that show. One week I'm like, oh, he's going to win. Like he's so good. I think his first dance ever was maybe his best. Like he just had so much rhythm. I was like, oh, slay.
Yeah.
Next dance. Forgot the whole thing.
Shoot.
Like he's just very, not really, but he just was kind of like off and just in his own land. And I'm like, what is going on? And then the next dance again, so good.
Well,
and
we should have known that from watching him on Special Forces.
Wait, did I tell you he literally texted me? Or I mean DM.
What?
DM'd me. Did I tell you DM'd me?
What?
Let me bring it up.
What do you mean?
Dwight Howard.
What do you actually mean?
I'm being dead serious.
On TikTok? Or on Instagram?
On Instagram. Let me see.
What? He texted me is crazy. DM is crazy too.
Oh, no. I thought he
unsent
he didn't unsend it.
Wait, what?
Dwight Howard. I get a DM and I'm like, what? Hi, how are you? I have someone interested in promotion with you. Do you have an email they can reach out to? It's giving scam.
Yeah, that's giving scam.
I'm like, what? I didn't even reply. I sent it to Carter because I knew he'd appreciate it.
That is so crazy.
He's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I never replied to it because I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, that's weird.
It's giving like just
hacked.
Yeah. Like that makes no sense.
Or maybe
why
it's
is Dwight
like-
Howard messaging me?
About getting your email.
Yes. Like, okay.
No, him on Special Forces was a wild ride as well. Like,
Well, also
got to
I'm
the spoiler alert, got to the very end, gave up quite and I mean this literally, 10 seconds before he would have won the entire thing.
Wait, who was the one who like was so rude? It wasn't him, right? To the girl. Was it him?
Yeah, it was Dwight.
It was him?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was like not respecting the woman. Yeah.
Yeesh.
Had real problems with authority
Yeah.
of the female gender.
Was that why he gave up? I'm trying to remember.
He was just done. He was so done. He's at the end. He's in the pit.
Yeah.
And they had one thing to say. They had to say, spoiler alert again, if you haven't seen it, sorry. They had to say, like, I'm a special forces member or something like that.
Yeah.
He just goes, I'm prepared to die. And they go, failed the entire, he could have said one thing, he would have got through the entire mission. Like, he would have won the entire show I'm talking about. He did the entire show. He did everything. He got shot out of planes. He went in the car underwater. He did everything. He had to say one phrase and he couldn't do it.
I'm ready to die.
He's just sitting there. He's covered in dirt. He's like, he's had a long day. Because the last one was crazy. They were like, if you've seen that show.
They do like lots of different challenges.
They're literally like prisoners. And,
yeah.
and they're in a freaking pit in the ground. Buried alive, pretty much.
Did he just forget?
I don't know. I think he was just over it. He just goes... Maybe he forgot. Maybe he wasn't listening. It was like checked. It was giving checked out.
Yeah,
he was just like,
yeah.
He just goes,
he was mentally done.
I'm ready to die. They were like, fail? Why would you do that? You had
that
nothing
was
to
crazy.
say.
I forgot about that.
But Danny was on that season as well.
Yeah.
And now he's on Dancing with the Stars.
You know, I think
might I say I liked his dances.
Yeah. He's so good. He's so good. He's like so strong. So I feel like he can do so many cool lifts.
But he also had like he's like a little stiff, but he's got rhythm.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's doing really well. Danny and Dwight, I was going to say, they're like PR agents that work in overtime. Like getting them on Special Forces, getting them on Dancing with the Stars. Because I'm like, who are like Danny Amendola? I'm forgetting his last name. Like, do you know that who he dated? Olivia Culpo?
Yeah. And
for a while, and someone else.
Well, isn't dating, has never confirmed it, but Xandra.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
she
I
was
did
like
see something about the show and stuff, but he said he's not.
Well,
but
I'm having
giving situation.
I love his dances, but I don't trust that man.
No, I think he's treated his exes like horribly.
Yeah, it's giving toxic boyfriend to me.
Yeah,
I'm like, you're sweet,
and with
cute
a
dancer
face like that and a body like that. No, I'm just kidding. Sweet dancer. I was screaming. No, he.
He's easy on the eyes.
Yeah. I'll say it. He's a phenomenal football player. Like absolute icon, I think, receiver.
Really?
From what Nick told me.
Well, he was.
I said, tell me a little more about this guy. No, I'm just kidding.
Let me look into him more.
He was at the Tom Brady roast. He was the receiver for Tom Brady. So he like.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's won Super Bowls and stuff like that. Yeah.
I knew he's like Super Bowl champ. That's what it says on his Dancing with the Stars thing. But just from things he said, it was an Instagram comment he made or a TikTok comment.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember what it was, but I was like, you just lost me. Like as far as. Now I know that you're kind of a weird, toxic guy. I'm going to try and see past that for the dancing. Mm-hmm. But I'm forgetting what the comment was, but I was like, you're weird.
Yeah, I don't think he's probably someone you want to let your daughter date. That's for sure.
Exactly.
We're going to jump into an ad to talk about Lissy Skincare. Lissy Skincare has become one of my staples in my skincare routine. Their products, I love them. Their Mandelic Serum has been one of my favorites for a while now. It's a lactic acid. It's breastfeeding safe, which I need right now. And it gives me that exfoliation without being super harsh. I absolutely love it. And they also just launched a moisturizer. So Lissy herself always struggled to find a moisturizer that was moisturizing enough for her skin, but that wouldn't break her out or didn't have fungal acne triggering ingredients. So moisturizers would either burn her skin or break her out. The essential moisturizer from Lissy Skincare isn't heavy, but it is thick enough that you're not left needing more. So it will leave your skin nourished, plump, and clear. And of course, it's safe for acne and fungal acne. So fungal acne is that like flesh-colored bumps or texture on your skin that doesn't come to a head or pop. It also doesn't clear up with regular acne products. So If you've used their Mandelic serum before, you know that it's really great for clearing up this fungal acne in just a matter of days. I get this sometimes on my forehead. I don't know why, but it's so annoying because you don't really know what it is. It just looks like it's not a big zit that you can pop. It's just a weird texture. And Lissy Skincare really targets that and has products that are safe for it. So Lissy Skincare was created by an esthetician who struggled with acne for 10 plus years, couldn't find anything to really clear up her acne or fungal acne. So Lissy knows the effect that acne can have on your confidence and mental health. All of their products are acne and fungal acne safe, pregnancy and breastfeeding safe. So if you are looking for products that are gentle enough but actually effective, this is for you. So go to LissySkincare.com and use the code what we said at checkout for 10% off your order. That's LISSY skincare.com and use the code what we said for 10% off your order. It'll be linked in the show notes for you guys. Go check it out.
You know, sometimes I can really consider myself a skeptic if I see something online of a new health hack or, you know, whatever, some new health thing. I do admit I get pretty skeptical because I see so many different things and things that contradict each other online, and it can get confusing. So if you can spot a too good to be true health hack from a mile away, if you read labels like it's your job, you are also a skeptic probably, and Ritual knows that every good skeptic deserves a multivitamin that exceeds your standards. Their clinically backed Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin has high quality, traceable key ingredients in clean, bioavailable forms. I love Ritual so much. It's so nice knowing that you don't have to wonder if their ingredients are high quality and traceable and all of those things. Their multivitamin for women 18 plus has 9 key nutrients in 2 delayed release capsules per day that optimize your body's absorption. I love that they're gentle on an empty stomach. They also have a little minty essence in every bottle that makes taking your multivitamin actually enjoyable. There's nothing worse than when they're so chalky or they literally taste like fish or something. That makes it very unenjoyable and not motivating to take your vitamins like in the morning with your breakfast. But Ritual, they have it all, which is so nice.
So they have a clinically backed multivitamin for women 18 plus with high quality and traceable key ingredients in clean, bioavailable forms. Ritual really is that girl because they've been doing this for so long, longer than I feel like a lot of other brands or, you know, things that have come out. They've been caring about the ingredients. They've been honest. They've always really put a lot of effort and studies and care into their products. I've been using Ritual for years now. Different times in my life, I use their different supplements. Like I've used their postnatal, I've used their prenatal, also their multivitamin for women 18 plus. So no more shady business. Ritual's Essential for Women 18 plus is a multivitamin you can actually trust. Get 25% off your first month at ritual.com/whatwesaid. Start Ritual or add Essential for Women 18 plus to your subscription today. That's ritual.com/whatwesaid for 25% off. I saw, so she goes to his shows. She went,
who are you talking about?
Xandra, sorry.
Okay.
He's currently
seeing potentially
or speculating. People are speculating that they're dating.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was at like Dancing with the Stars watching him, and then they asked about her, and he was like
with his mom, right?
Yeah, we're friends. She supports me. I support her. Okay, cool. She's like 20 something, like beautiful girl. I don't know, like you're friends and you guys are just supporting each other.
Yeah, right. Gosh dang it, I can't find it.
And then she did a TikTok video I saw of her trying to do that trend of the that dance move of the Archer thing.
Oh yeah,
that
she did.
Him and Whitney did, and she was trying to do it. And I saw him comment. It was like the top comment. He was like, he said something like, "Way to go," or like "Good job," or something.
Okay.
And she was like, "Thanks, Danny." And I'm like, okay, this is allegedly. I'm getting horrible vibes from this situation. I'm getting vibes that she's really into him.
Right.
And he's
discarding
like,
her in
and
2
he's
seconds.
just like, we're not dating. Oh, no. We're just friends, but we hook up. I mean, I don't know if they hook up, but this is the vibes I'm getting of the situation. He's like acting like they're dating in private.
Right.
He's totally like
into it, and then in public.
And then in public, he's like, no, like we're just friends. I don't know. That's cool. Like, yeah, you can come to my show and stuff, but like, you're not.
No, I can totally see that. I can totally see that energy.
Not to discredit Xandra. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, girl, if that's the situation, run.
Yeah. I just was trying to look up the comment and I can't find it, which indeed confirms that his PR team is on it.
Yeah.
Because I remember there was a specific comment that it was kind of getting traction and I'm forgetting what it was. But like, I want to say it was him calling a fan like a loser or something. Like it was just, I'm like, you're getting a little too bothered.
Yeah.
Like you're letting yourself get worked up.
Yeah.
Anyway, great dancer. Loved that move that's going viral.
Yeah. He's really so good.
Whitney is so good. She's her choreography eats.
Yeah.
And she's so stunning.
They're so fun to watch, the dances that she does.
They are. I'm just loving it. I'm just eating it all up, to be honest with you.
I had a sweet little
Something
thing that happened that we can end on.
Okay.
A very touching little moment. So we have people that come clean our house. Like we use this company and they will send like a rotation of different people, but like we obviously have our favorites that like will come and clean the house like once a month probably, or once every 3 weeks. And there was one girl who we used to have a lot at our old place that would come, and we loved her. We would always request her, but like she was also everyone else's favorite, I guess, that used that company. So she would always be like busy or something. So we would like request her, but they'd be like, sorry. Anyways, we hadn't seen her in like a year and a half since we moved into this new house, and since I had Elwood. And the last time she had come over to clean was, I think, almost 2 years ago, maybe. Anyways, she came over and I didn't even know it was going to be her. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I'm not going to say her name, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you. Like, how are you? We were just like catching up. And then I had to go to work, so I left. And then when I came back, Nick was saying, he's like, she was so happy to see you. And she was like almost getting like emotional, being like, oh my gosh, like you guys did it. And Nick's like, what do you mean? And she's like, I saw your wife's like, my vision board.
No,
that was
on
my thing. No. That was on my dresser always, like where she would clean in my old apartment. And on that, it had like a house, a backyard, it had like 2 little kids, like had like a pregnancy thing. And she's like, you guys did it. Like I always would see her vision board, and now you guys, you're living it. Like you're living your.
No, I'm gonna sob my eyes out.
I started sobbing. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet, and like just so cute that she would always like see that every time that she came over. I kind of forgot about it. I was like, that just made my life. Thank you.
That is so cute.
That's so cute.
Oh my gosh. You know what I had on my list to talk about was just, I love when something lives up to the hype. And I was going to ask you if you feel this way about like moving into a house where it's like, you think about something for a long time, you want it, and you're like, you're almost in the moment when you don't have it, you're like, this would just solve all my issues problems if I could just move into whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like that with this house, obviously, like I was just, when we started renovating it, I'm just like, oh, I just want it to be done. I just want to live there. But then I'd be like, okay, check myself and be like, I know that that's not going to literally solve my life, and I'm going to suddenly not have any issues. Like it will be so fun to live in that house, but blah, blah, blah. And then now that I live here, I'm like, no, it solved like so many issues for me. I'm genuinely feeling like it's everything I dreamed of. It's so worth it. And I wanted to know if that's how you feel about like, you lived in an apartment and you're like, I want to live in a house. And it's like, now that you live there, are you like, no, it's way like, this is what I wanted.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that or no?
100%. It's one of the main things is a backyard and just a yard in general. We never, oh my gosh, I'm going to cry again. Always, ever since we got Sophie, we have never had a backyard. And I would always be like, Sophie, one day I'm going to get you that yard. Like, cause she just loves, she's not like a crazy lab or anything like that. Like she likes to lay out in the sun though. She likes to go have her free time. She likes to go and lay down and sunbathe for hours. And so we would always have to try and find a way in apartments to like get her to go outside. Like they're actually, Great Danes are, they say actually not great for apartments, but like they can be apartment dogs more than you would think because they're so big, because they're so lazy. They don't want to go run around a yard. But I would always think like it would be so easy for her to just be able to go out there, sniff around as long as she wants.
Sun
find sun and just bathe out there. And we can let her do it as much as she wants. And also for the convenience of having her like, go to the bathroom, like instead of like putting her on a leash and like taking her out every single time she needs to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Production.
And it is dramatically improved.
Yeah.
Both of everyone's life, because she gets to go out and she just lays out there. She just knocks when she wants to come back in, wants to go out. She can just bathe in the sun, and makes me so happy when I just see her like back there. Just
it's so nice.
Cooking in the sun to her heart's desire.
It really is just, oh, it's so nice when something lives up to the hype. That was my point, is like, I would always just be like, oh, I want like an organized closet. And like, I feel like I'll cook more if I have this. And then like, I'm like, no, literally, yes.
Yeah.
It is easier to get dressed every day when I can like see my clothes and shoes. And I do feel more motivated to cook now that I have like this kitchen that I put together. I'm like, it's nice to be like, see the fruits of your labor and be like, it actually is improving my life. I'm not saying that to be like, you have to have the perfect situation, but I guess it's just nice to dream of something. And then when you actually get it, you're like, no, this actually is so awesome.
Yes.
It's not like I'm now like, what's next? I need something else. It's like, no, this is actually perfect. This is so nice. And I'm loving it.
It's very rewarding too if it's something you've been wanting for a long time. That's how I feel about having a yard and just a house in general. It's like, I always think that. I'm like, I've been wanting this ever since we basically got married. Like living in a house of some kind with a yard and like space. And oh my gosh, it really is so nice. And it's just, again, I wouldn't have been here without, you know, doing that before, like living in apartments and things like that. But at the same time, it's like now I can be so grateful that this is where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Because it is really nice.
And you wouldn't know the contrast.
Exactly.
If you had never experienced it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've been yapping for a long time now, so we are going to stop. And thank you guys so much for watching this lovely episode of What We Said podcast, or listening. Sorry, I'm so stuck on the video thing now. Like I just assume that everyone watches, and I know that's not true, but if you guys don't watch on YouTube, I do recommend it. I feel like it's just fun. As a viewer, I really like watching podcasts just so you can really see like facial expressions and stuff. It's fun. So if you guys are interested, you can go to our YouTube channel. It's What We Said Podcast, or you can just listen still anywhere else that you get podcasts. But anything is good and we appreciate it all. We love you guys, and that's what we said. Bye.
Bye.